The Inspiring You Show. If we ever met, I'm Henry. So, we are going to be focusing on doing the February 2025 energy forecast broken up into smaller themes and really diving deep into the energy theme that we're going to be talking about. But first, let's find a comfortable position and just settle in. So take a nice, slow, even breath and then exhale fully, allowing yourself to really arrive in the space as is. You can close your eyes if that feels right to do so. Just allowing yourself to arrive here and start to relax, allowing your shoulders to relax, your mind to settle, and take another deep breath in. And just letting the distractions of the outside world fade away as you settle into this moment of presence. So take another deep breath in, breathing deeply, letting the inhale fill you with calm, and then the exhale releasing any lingering tension. All right, my friends. So let's discuss and focus on the first energy theme of February 2025, the energy forecast. So one of the 7 themes that I'm going to be sharing with you, if you wish to listen to the entire energy forecast, it is up on the Inspiring You podcast or on YouTube where you can listen to the entire thing. But we are going to actually be breaking it down into segments so that way we can really focus on one theme and then also add in any tools or journal questions or intention setting affirmations to support integration. All right. So the first energy theme of the February energy forecast is embracing the wave. Are you open to transformation? So are you open to transformation? As we step into 2025, a powerful question has been emerging. Are you open and willing to allow deep, powerful shifts in your life? I know that we can all say, yes, I'm ready for that transformation. Yes, I am. I'm ready for that shift. But are you really? Is there any kind of subconscious sabotage happening? Is there anything that's causing resistance? And that's where, in doing this work, the deeper work is really starting to catch yourself and understand that there just might be some patterns and programs. And it's not right, wrong, good, or bad. It's the isness. And the business of the isness is we are here to learn, grow, and evolve and recognize and realize. So, I'm currently doing a 28-day meditation twice a day, guiding it in my Inspiring You Patreon, the Meditate with Me in all access levels. And last night we were doing the mindfulness practice of RAIN, which is an acronym for recognize, allow, investigate, nurture. And so it's kind of apropos then to bring that in to talk about this because a part of the human experience is really catching ourselves, recognizing where are you in this experience? What reality you're currently in? What is happening? Recognizing and then bringing in mindfulness and compassion and not judging the experience because that can bring in further resistance, but allowing the next word in RAIN, the acronym is allow, allowing whatever is to be there and allowing yourself to be an observer. And then the next part of it is investigate. Investigate. Is there anything there that's being called to process, bring wisdom? And then the last part of RAIN is nurturing, and really bringing in compassion for the experience of the human. So that way you can bring in the healing. As an energy practitioner, I always add in for the RAIN practice, an S in the end for shifting, because if I'm downloading the wisdom, clearing any negative energies, frequencies, vibrations, patterns, then what can I then support in terms of the shifting? What am I calling in for the shifting? Is it more higher wisdom? Am I bringing in peace? And so layering these tools can really be supportive of you. And so if you are in my Patreon right now, listen to whatever resonates with you in this talk. If you're writing things down like, oh, yeah, I recognize that within me. And if you're in doing that 28 days, then take notice then how the tools can support you in what you're recognizing because they can support you. All right. So, this theme, embracing the wave, are you open to transformation? Embracing the wave invites you to consider transformation not merely as a change, but as a dynamic process that carries energy, acceleration, and profound realignment. With that, though, you have free will. In this human experience, you have free will. You call to you what you want for your highest good. And so that's why it's important then for the self realization. What are you calling to you in your experience? So, with that, then, over the last couple of months, we've been discussing transformation and its many, many layers. Its beauty, that you can actually there can be layers of transformation that you need to go through. And also, did you know that there also can be a natural resistance to transformation? And this resistance isn't a flaw, it's an inherent part of the process. It can signal subconscious blocks or even like unconscious patterns of self sabotage that may be holding us back from fully embracing change. Even though you may really, 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 really want the change, there might be some subconscious blocks or some sabotage. And it might be from experience from the past when there was a disappointment. And so that's where you have to work with what's going on. There could be something from your younger self where there was a big disappointment where you thought transformation was on the horizon and it really was. And then it ended up not being what you really hoped for. And so now, when you think about transformation, even though you might be really excited about it, there could be a subconscious aspect of a story that's playing out that's holding you back from really allowing you to shift because it might have been a beneficial protective measure at one point, but now it's become non beneficial, which it could be then there could be some resistance coming up. So again, even there could be, it can signal unconscious blocks or even unconscious patterns of self-sabotage that really holds us back from fully embracing change. So this theme this month is inviting us to explore transformation as a dynamic wave, one that carries not only the promise of acceleration and profound realignment, but but also the reality that inner resistance may arise. And just like any wave in the ocean, there will be another wave. So that's where, how are you riding the waves? And understanding that really you are the entire ocean of being in regard to yourself, using that. And if you're again in my 28 days, we've been working with that as well. So we have seen that transformation is not a one time event, but can be a continuous evolving experience. So, before you begin to define what a deep and powerful shift might mean for you, take a moment, check in with your body and emotions. We'll do this right now. So, close your eyes, lower your gaze, take a nice deep breath, and check in with yourself. Ask yourself, does the idea of transformation spark a sense of excitement and possibility? So, does the idea of transformation spark a sense of excitement and possibility? How does your body feel? How does your emotions feel? Is there any thoughts to that? So, take a moment to do a body scan using those tools, and whatever the answer is, maybe there's no answer yet. So, does the idea of transformation spark a sense of excitement and possibility? Or does it evoke hesitation, discomfort, or even fear? Does it evoke hesitation, discomfort, or fear? Your immediate response holds valuable insight into your current state of readiness. Your body keeps the score. Your body is letting you know. So, your immediate response holds valuable insight into your current state of readiness. If you feel energized and curious, you might already be in sync with the shifting energies, ready to ride the wave of change. Conversely, if you feel resistant or overwhelmed, It may indicate that past challenges have left you cautious about further transformation. Remember, this awareness is not about forcing yourself into readiness. It's about recognizing where you are and honoring your capacity at this moment. Transformation doesn't demand urgency. Rather, it invites presence, self trust, and a willingness to shift when the time is right. So, again, we've been reflecting on our journeys about transformation for the last couple of months. We've talked about transformation in many aspects. And in one of the previous months, we explored how transformation can both be liberating and challenging. Back in November 2024, our theme, Transcending Energetic Challenges, Pathways Through Transformation, Navigating Layers of Transformation, invited us to acknowledge that our bodies and spirits were undergoing complex, multi layered changes. We recognize that even as we experienced breakthrough clarity, there were deep and often subconscious layers that could create resistance or sabotage our progress. And so, again, going into this year, and we said back then that it's going to be transformation is going to be the next, few months going into the new year. And indeed, this year carries the energy of transformation, acceleration, and profound realignment. So before you begin to define what a powerful and deep shift might mean for you, you really want to take time to check in with your body, with your emotions, and just really ask yourself that question that we just talked about. Does the idea spark excitement and possibility, or does it evoke hesitation, discomfort, or even fear? Your initial response holds valuable insight. So with that though, no, if your reaction leans towards resistance or exhaustion, it might be a sign that past challenges have left you feeling cautious or even set up subconscious blocks that sabotage transformation. Recognize this isn't about forcing readiness. It is about honoring where you are in this moment. And again, transformation is inviting you to bring that into presence and a willingness to shift at the right time. So remembering that we also are connecting from the past, present, and future in this evolving experience. We are multidimensional. So that's where then looking back at where you were in the energy themes, if you journal, if you take notes in November 2024, when we were navigating the themes around transcending energetic challenges and exploring the layered nature of transformation. And that also means then with transformation, you could have one layer of transformation, be like, wow, that was amazing. I transformed. And then there could be more layers to it until the process is complete. And that sometimes can be days, weeks, months, years. And that's where bringing in patience in the evolving experience. So this month, we acknowledged we're entering again marked by a period of complex energetic shifts, both globally and personally. We explore how our bodies and spirits are navigating unprecedented levels of change and also these cosmic energies that are coming in, and how each of us, are experiencing multiple layers of transformation. These layers, though sometimes overwhelming, serve as building blocks for collective evolution as well toward higher clarity and vibration. It doesn't mean that it makes it easier, which is why bringing in your tools can support you. These layers have prepared us for energetic acceleration of 2025. As you consider your readiness to transform, reflect on these past experiences. They are the foundation upon which you can now build and move forward with greater awareness. So, reflecting on that journey helps us to understand the foundation upon which we stand today. Again, the challenges, releases, breakthroughs we experienced in November have set the stage for energetic acceleration for 2025. Now, with the question of transformation at the forefront, how can you see each layer from the initial resistance to the breakthrough moments of clarity? How have they been then a part of this continuous unfolding process in embracing this wave? You then acknowledge that transformation is both a personal in collective evolution. It's a journey that honors every part of you, your excitement, your fears, your capacity to adapt and grow. And then it also then is put into the collective as well. You're having an individual experience in the collective. So let's unpack it even more for embracing the wave. Are you open to transformation? So, transformation oftentimes is not a one-time event. I know we want it to be. It is a processed, layered, and multidimensional experience often. It can unfold in waves, revealing new depths as we move through different stages of growth. While some aspects of change can feel exhilarating and expansive, others might bring up resistance, uncertainty, or discomfort. And this year, 2025, carries an energetic blueprint of acceleration, realignment, and expansion. And I know that sounds great, right, y'all? But that also means then, y'all, we're accelerating. So things are going to come up a lot faster. And you might feel even more wobbly, which is why leaning into your tools is so important. So this also then is inviting us to shed outdated limitations at a much faster pace and embody more of a true light sense or true essence of the truth of who you are. But before we define what transformation looks like, you just want to continuously tune into the body, the emotions, the energy field. Does the idea of transformation excite you, filling you with possibility, or does it bring up the hesitation, discomfort, even fear? Both responses hold wisdom. So both those questions hold wisdom. Your body reaction, your body's reaction is a guide, revealing where you are in this moment. And then also, you want to honor where you are, the spectrum of readiness, honoring where you are. Transformation is not a race, y'all. It's an invitation. And again, whether you feel energized, curious, or inspired by the shifts ahead, you may already be aligned with the currents of change naturally flowing with this energy. But that doesn't mean that in the future you're not going to feel any resistance. You're not going to. So if you're like, great, I'm energized and curious, haha, it doesn't mean that next week you might not, something might come up and you might be in resistance. And that's why you really got to, just really let go. In being an energy practitioner, one of the things we do, you work on really letting go of ego, personally, intellects to step aside to become a clear channel to allow the wisdom to come through. Essentially, you're connecting to your higher self soul, or connecting to divine source, wherever it is that you're doing, but you're making yourself a clear channel. Or if you're working in mindfulness, you're letting go of any kind of like attachments that can become like non-beneficial, and you become like the observer, which is then knowing then, if you feel energized, curious, or inspired by the shifts ahead, you may already be aligned with the currents of change naturally flowing with this energy. However, it doesn't mean you won't feel resistance next week, or exhaustion, or even apprehension. It could happen. So if you feel, though, resistance, exhaustion, or apprehension at this time, this could just indicate that your system has endured past challenges that require acknowledgement and integration before moving forward. Your readiness is not a fixed state. It is fluid, shifting with your capacity. So your readiness is not a fixed state. It is fluid, shifting with your capacity, which is why if you feel energized, curious, and inspired today and you feel aligned, but then next week something shifts, your readiness is not a fixed state. It is fluid, shifting with your capacity. Because also, if you're somebody that does in regard to multidimensional work, past life work, there could be a past life where, say, something happened, at the age that you're going to be next week, and something happened in that past life. And all of a sudden, next week you feel resistance, exhaustion, or apprehension, or something's coming up. It's because your readiness is not in a fixed state. It's a fluid shifting with your capacity. And there's something from a past life that may need to be brought into awareness that then needs to be complete. So that way it can support you in allowing the greater shift of your transformation, because it's layers of transformation. So your readiness is not a fixed state. It is fluid, shifting with your capacity. And with that, it doesn't even have to be past lives. It could also be something in your ancestral energy field. in your maternal and paternal lineages. It could be, say, one of your great, 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 great grandparents, something happened to them at an age that you're going to be at next week. And that got handed down through the DNA. And now that is ready to be brought forward in recognition to then be processed and cleared and completed with the wisdom downloaded. So again, your readiness is not a fixed state. It is fluid, shifting with your capacity. And one of the reasons why I'm always talking about tools and layering tools is because there is many different aspects where tools can support you in different ways. Obviously, with energy clearing, it supports clearing the energy and bringing in, balance, groundedness, and alignment, shifting from 3D to 5D or higher, and so many other amazing benefits. With mindfulness, though, mindfulness teaches us that resistance is not an obstacle, it is an opportunity. And I will say doing meditations where you're doing quantum meditations, like all those meditations feel like, for me, oftentimes they feel really great where I'm, going into these experiences. What can be really more challenging is doing mindfulness meditation where you are really learning to bring the mind into focus, into presence with the physical body, and utilizing your breath or touch point as an anchor. I will say, though, it is equally, I feel, as important to do meditation work like that, as well as chanting meditation. Chanting meditation can really help with your nervous system. There's different reasons why different meditation styles can really be supportive for your whole. So I would say don't limit yourself in the type of meditations that you're doing. And if you hear a meditation teacher saying that their meditation style is like the best ever, great. And if it is for them, that is amazing. I am somebody that has learned multiple different types of meditation styles, and I've been certified in many different meditation styles because as a human, in my humaning, I have found that I need multiple different tools, oftentimes layering those tools. And the guides are the ones who've really encouraged me to layer tools and also, learn about different modalities and bring them into the fold in terms of my own toolbox. So with mindfulness, though, mindfulness teaches us that resistance is not an obstacle, it is an opportunity. Resistance often carries messages from deeper layers of our consciousness. It may be a signal to slow down, rest, or recalibrate before stepping into the next phase of expansion. I will say this morning, I woke up and when I got out of bed, my left ankle, it felt like I somehow twisted my ankle while I was sleeping. I mean, I was literally like, "Owie." Like, I was, like, limping. I was like, "Ow. Oh, it hurts." Like, I can't it hurts to put my foot down. "Owie." And I definitely had, like, a good couple of minutes where I was "owieing" around the house, like, hobbling around the house. And then I was like, "Wait a minute." My higher self came in, my guide team came in and said, "Just take a moment and do some energy work." I'm like, "What? I can't hop around still doing owie and be like, wow, I twisted my ankle somehow.'" Yes, I can. But instead I chose to listen and I sat down and I did some energy work. And yeah, overnight there was just some stuck energy that had come up to the surface that then was causing it was literally causing my left ankle to feel like it was a sprained ankle when all I did was sleep last night, right? So I did this energy work on my ankle, and then all of a sudden there was a huge release on my ankle, and I just felt a huge wave of just this refreshing energy going through, and then I got up and I was like, "Oh, my ankle, my foot no longer hurt. Everything was great." And one of the things I also had to balance was my left and right side, my feminine and masculine sides. And so it was really interesting. And it was also attached to something from my ancestral energy field and something from a past life, and then also aspects of what's going on in the collective. So I did ask for like a clearing of those things and then ask for a full clearing in regard to the physical body. And then I got up and my ankle was fine. And but there are times though when when your physical body, when there is could possibly be a sprained ankle. And I'm not somebody who's ever going to say, I'm an equal opportunist when it comes to all health modalities, so Eastern and Western medicine. And if I needed to go to see a doctor, then I would have gotten right on the phone to make an appointment, or just gone into wherever I needed to, because there's different practitioners for different aspects of the body. But the first thing is you have to check in and to see what's going on, and you have to bring curiosity. And even when like there's some resistance there, where I had some resistance this morning, I was like hobbling along in my story of what happened. And then all of a sudden realizing, wait, this resistance of my ankle, of feeling like it's slightly sprained, is carrying information. So what is the resistance, which the resistance is causing a slight feeling of a sprained ankle, but it ended up not being. The resistance carried information. It carried information of something from my ancestral energy field, from my maternal, paternal lineages. It carried information from a past life. And then it carried information of how those two things were then interacting in regard to the collective. And then an aspect of something that needed to be cleared and brought into more wisdom of my understanding. And then, rebalancing the masculine and feminine side, which then allowed me then, with what I'm saying is resistant often carries messages or deeper layers of consciousness. A deeper layer of consciousness came in, and it was a signal in my slowing down to rest and tend to my ankle. It allowed me to recalibrate, and then allows me to step into the next phase of expansion. So with that, then this awareness, it is inviting us into a compassionate approach. Rather than forcing readiness, practice presence, practice mindfulness. Rather than resisting resistance, listen to what it is revealing. Rather than rushing ahead, honor the rhythm that feels right for you. Even if you're like, that's weird. I woke up and I feel like I have a sprained ankle. Honor the rhythm. Don't rush ahead. Take time. So rather than forcing readiness, practice presence, mindfulness. Rather than resisting resistance, listen to what it is revealing. And rather than rushing ahead, honor the rhythm that feels right for you. So with that, then there's the energetic alignment, where you're working with your energy field. Our thoughts, emotions, and energetic states shape our reality, influence how we experience transformation. If deep shifts bring up fear, hesitation, or unease, rather than bypassing those feelings, consider working with your energy field to bring clarity and balance. And with that, then, with how you do this, and one is reframing change. How are you looking at change? Does it need to be reframed? And so reframing change from fear to possibility. And so here are the questions that you'd want to ask. Am I assuming transformation means upheaval or loss? Am I assuming transformation means upheaval or loss? The next question, can I allow for the possibility that transformation brings ease, support, and alignment? Can I allow the possibility that transformation brings ease, support, and alignment? And y'all, I'm going to put as many questions I can that I'm giving here for the journal and the reflection questions into the show notes. And if you are in my Patreon, I will put the entire thing for you, so that way you have it. Unfortunately, uh, on Spotify, where my podcast is, as well as, or wherever you're listening to your podcast, and also on YouTube, there's just only so much content that I can put in. But on my Patreon, I can put all of it. And there is a free component in my Patreon that I put up all my podcast episodes, that you then have the show notes in full. So feel free to join that. All right. So you can ask yourself, am I assuming transformation means upheaval or loss? Can I allow for the possibility that transformation brings ease, support, and alignment? Can I allow for the possibility that transformation brings ease, support, and alignment? So, this would be supporting yourself and using mindfulness tools to reframe change from fear to possibility. When we shift our perspective from fear to openness, we reprogram our nervous system to respond to change with curiosity rather than contraction. It doesn't mean, though, we're not going to have beneficial aspects of fear because fear can be beneficial in many ways. Hold on one sec. Sorry, y'all. So, fear can be beneficial in many, many ways. Obviously, many of you know that I was evacuated during the fires in Los Angeles on that first day, that evening of that first day. And fear was a beneficial aspect where it is like, oh, fear is going into support of your human surviving. So you're going into, that flight mode, and it's a beneficial aspect to support you in actually surviving. And so, but then there can be non-beneficial fear that's keeping you really stuck. And that's where then understanding the difference where, oh, am I caught in non-beneficial patterns and programs of fear that is affecting my ability to be able to change and transform? Is there anything blocking my ability to change and transform? And even though I might be excited about change and transform, there might be a hidden subconscious block that's actually affecting me and then affecting my possibilities. So that's why asking yourself these questions where am I assuming transformation means upheaval or loss? Which I will tell you, I worked in television for many, many years. And yes, there was a lot of amazing things that happened in TV. It was a childhood dream come true in a lot of ways. But y'all, there was a lot of things that I had some major trauma and I had work PTSD. The amount of hours that my human had to work. And so my association with a childhood dream ended up also being a bit of a nightmare for my adult because I ended up working at times 60 to 80-hour weeks, sometimes 7 days a week, and I would do it for months on a time. And also being a producer in television, one of the culture aspects of it was that you go, 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 and you basically don't have time for meals. You're utilizing a lot of times coffee as like a meal substitution, and you're getting little sleep, maybe a couple hours of sleep, and you're just go, 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 go. And yes, it can be exciting to be part of a community and to be in that kind of creative environment where you're doing things that you don't even know, how are we going to do this? But the other side of it, though, can become a nightmare for the human because you're not eating, you could become, it just becomes like an unhealthy aspect. And so there's a lot of things coming out of television for me and many people that some of our habits that we cultivated from working our dreams, if you will, have become challenges in terms of us then changing certain like habits. And so again, it's not right, wrong, good or bad. It's just bringing in compassion and recognizing and then working with that aspect to support the change. And so I myself had to really reframe and look at, is there any fear to possibility for transformation in regard to how now I'm viewing, goals or dreams, specifically in a work setting. And is there anything from my past experience that is blocking me, subconsciously blocking me in terms of sabotage because of how burnt out, exhausted, tired I was from that living my dream experience that now I'm safeguarding myself. But really, in some ways, that safeguard could become a non-beneficial protective measure that's holding me back. So that's why these questions are really important because, seeing where you are in an experience. And I will say these are things that I've had to really look at because my experience of, having that childhood dream, going into working in television and, living that dream per se, but ultimately ending up leaving leaving the industry because I had work PTSD and had experienced a really difficult scenario on set that caused trauma, not just for me, but for other people as well. So that's why you have to, give yourself time to process, is there any trauma here? And also reframing change from fear to possibility. Am I assuming transformation means upheaval or loss or trauma? Or it's going to cause burnout or exhaustion or tiredness, or it's going to cause me to overwork and be, one of the other things for, working in television that I just did not realize for so long was, producers, you don't get paid overtime. And so you can work 7 days a week, you know 18-hour days, and you're on a flat rate. And so I had to really look at, like, wow, what is my relationship now to work and financial flow? And how much of a safeguard is there for me now not to overwork? And does that mean that I'm holding myself back from opportunities because there's a fear that unknowingly, naively, I could get myself into a situation where I'm being taken advantage of and overworked and then not paid for my work. Who, you guys, as I say that, whoo, I think it definitely is something that I've had to really work on to clear and process. So that's why these questions can become really important to take time with. And also, if you have any trauma that's coming up, I definitely recommend working with trauma practitioners. I've done a lot of trauma informed certification courses at this point, because at a certain point for me, I realized, okay, I need to really just go into these programs in a whole nother way, in a practitioner way, so that way I can understand it not only for me, for my own healing, but also working with my clients. So, so with that, then, when we do shift our perspective from fear to openness, we reprogram our nervous system to respond to change with curiosity rather than contraction. And that's also where in energy work can support you in releasing contraction and allowing openness again. So that's why the next one would be checking in with your energy field. So checking in with your energy field. Do I feel depleted or nourished? Do I need rest and recalibration before stepping forward for transformation? Am I holding on to old energies that no longer support me? Which, again, when I look back at television, there were some aspects where I was holding on to some old energies that were no longer supporting me. And so check in to see where you are. If you're feeling drained, your energy system may need clearing before embracing movement. So practices like grounding, alignment, breath work, meditation, mindfulness, if that calls to you, Reiki, dowsing energy healing, quantum energy healing, that can help restore balance, allowing transformation to feel supportive rather than overwhelming. I will also say another one is somatic experiencing. I did many years of somatic experiencing when I was healing, when I was really in my healing work PTSD. That really, really, really helped. So finding a somatic experiencing practitioner that can really be supportive. Also, the next one would be observing internal dialogue. Am I making space for new possibilities? And that's the other thing too with mindfulness, where you learn to listen to see, like, oh, those are the thoughts that's happening, and then allowing the thought to move down the river like a leaf. And then it makes space for new possibilities, because you realize that you are not your thoughts per se, and that there's bringing in spaciousness between them. And then you're making space for new possibilities. So, learning to observe internal dialogue. Am I making space for new possibilities? Or am I reinforcing limiting narratives that keep me stuck? Or am I reinforcing limiting narratives that keep me stuck? So, your internal language creates energetic pathways. By shifting from fear based stories to empowered perspectives, you open doors to new potential. So that's why then working with your energy, recognizing your readiness, our thoughts, emotions, and energetic states shape our experience of transformation. So that again comes back to the questions that we were asking before. Am I assuming that change always means upheaval or loss? Is there any limited beliefs there? Are there any thoughts, emotions, energetic states? And the next question, can I allow the possibility that transformation might also bring ease, support, and alignment? So you gently scan your body. You notice your internal dialogue. Do you feel a spark of excitement, or is there a subtle resistance present, perhaps even unconscious patterns that might be sabotaging your progress? You recognize the signals as a vital guide to understanding your true readiness for change. So, with that, then, there is, though, the rising momentum of creation, action, and acceleration. So, for those who are already sensing this shift, you might notice a strong desire to create, move, initiate projects or relationships. Perhaps you feel a surge of life force building within you, an urge to clear out old patterns, reset your routines, make bold decisions aligned with your deepest desires. These sensations indicate that you are in tune with a rising momentum of 2025. Again, if you're not there yet, that is okay. Everybody's in different places, and it's all okay. Trust your intuition and creative spark wherever you are and allow these impulses to guide you into inspired action. So, for those already feeling the momentum of transformation, you may notice again a sense of creative energy, a surge of creative energy, an urge to initiate, build, or express, a sense also of anticipation or even restlessness. So, sometimes people get so upset, like, why am I so restless? Y'all, the restlessness could be a surge of creative energy coming through. Check in to see. So it could be restlessness or anticipation as if something within is ready to emerge. Also, a desire to clear out old patterns, make bold decisions, and step into alignment. This is your life force energy awakening, a signal that you are ready to co create with high frequencies of 2025. So trust the timing of your expansion. When inspired action arises, follow it. When stillness is needed, honor it. The key is to move in harmony with your energy, not against it. So, with that, then, remembering navigating transformation is a multidimensional aspect in terms of beingness. We are not merely physical beings, we are multidimensional consciousness experiencing life through layers of energy, memory, and frequency. Transformation does not happen in isolation. It unfolds across multiple dimensions of our existence. In the physical, might mean changes in habits, environment, health, daily routines. Emotional, it might mean releasing old wounds, integrating past experiences, expanding emotional resilience. Mental, it might mean shifting belief systems, embracing new perspectives, cultivating clarity. Energetic, it might mean clearing outdated frequencies, activating new potentials, recalibrating higher states. Spiritual, expanding consciousness, deepening intuition, embodying your highest self. When we work with all levels of our being, transformation becomes a deeply integrated process rather than a fragmented one. And that's really part of like the power of conscious choice in 2025. Whether you are really feeling ready or hesitant, this year, 2025, is calling us into greater presence and intentional co creation. These are not times to move unconsciously, they are times to awaken. So if you feel resistance, meet it with curiosity rather than judgment. If you feel uncertain, lean into trust rather than control. If you feel ready, move with the momentum rather than waiting for permission. Transformation does not have to mean chaos. It can mean Transformation does not have to mean chaos. It can mean clarity, alignment, and the embodiment of the life you've always sensed was waiting for you. So, as you are standing in the threshold of this new year, ask yourself, will I meet transformation with resistance or curiosity? With fear or with trust? Your response shapes your experience. And when you meet this energy with awareness, openness, curiosity, and presence, you will find yourself moving forward with greater ease, empowerment, and flow. I will say, though, that greater ease does not mean things are not going to happen or that you're not ever going to be sad or anxious or feel like uncomfortable. Because I got to tell you, the experience of like the fires that happened in Los Angeles, I have a ton of tools, and y'all, it was difficult. And even now, weeks later, my nervous system is still re-regulating. Just the other day, I caught myself humming like, "Hmm, hmm, hmm," and that's how I know, like, oh, I'm still regulating my nervous system. Because humming is, I'll have to do another episode on it, but humming can actually support you in resetting your nervous system. And so when I find myself humming like that, I'm like, girl, you're still regulating. And I do a ton of energy work and all kinds of other different, I do meditation. I do a lot of things. And that's why just learning different tools can support you, and also being in patience because there's an unfolding of the process of healing, and it can be many, many layers. So, my friends, with that, this is your journey. This is your transformation. How will you step into it? So, let's talk about then integration practices even more so. How to navigate transformation. First of all, I talked about a little bit about resetting your nervous system. Resetting your nervous system, I think that's a skill that we want to really start bringing into schools even more so, because it is a, in my book, is probably one of the things that we should all understand and know. So there's many ways you can reset your nervous system. You can do an energy clearing session to reset your nervous system. You can also do breath work. You know, your breath is your life force energy. I will say though, if you are somebody that's had a lot of trauma, focusing on your breath when you still are in a traumatic state may not be beneficial for you. But there are other things that you can do in terms of navigating. For this, though, I am just going to talk about a little bit of breath work. To support your transformative journey, you can consider incorporating a variety of practices into your daily life. So you can begin with simple breath work, inhaling deeply for a count of 4, holding it for 4, and then exhaling slowly for a count of 6. So you inhale for a count of 4. You go, let's just do it now together. Take an inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then hold for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then exhale slowly for a count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's a simple breath work that you can do, and that supports to center your mind and invite a state of calm and openness, and helps to support resetting the nervous system. You can also engage in guided journaling if that supports you as well. And some of the journaling questions can be, what does transformation mean to me? Which past experiences, might be influencing my current response to change? Which past experiences might be influencing my current resistance or openness to change? Where am I holding on to old energies that no longer support me? How can I reframe transformation as alignment rather than upheaval? And you just want to write freely without judgment, allowing your thoughts to flow naturally. And then here's some more. When I think about deep transformation, what emotions arise? Excitement, fear, a mix of both? What past experiences might be contributing to my current resistance or openness to change? Sometimes, too, when you change the questions, you might get slightly different information, too. That can happen if you are somebody who does dowsing energy healing. You probably know what I'm talking about, too. And there's a lot of reasons why for that. I'll have to do another podcast episode on that. Uh, Also, how can I redefine transformation so that feels like an opportunity for alignment rather than upheaval? What small intentional actions can I take today to open myself to further possibility? In moments of hesitation, how might I gently remind myself that change can also bring ease and support? I will put these questions in the show notes. Also, some other tools can be, there's so many amazing tools. Obviously, like nature walks can help you, yoga, meditation, chanting meditations. Chanting meditation is really, in my experience, can really be beneficial to reset the nervous system. Like if I'm finding that I need to do some meditation to reset the nervous system, I'll turn on Reiki, and then I'll do a chanting meditation, and then afterwards I'll do a dowsing energy session as well. That's how I layer the tools. But visualization is another powerful tool. Picture yourself as a surfer riding a gentle yet powerful wave, one that carries you effortlessly, adapting its course as needed. The imagery can remind you that transformation is fluid and that you have the ability to adjust gracefully as you move with the current. Because that's the thing is, it's like moving with the current. When you're an energy practitioner, you learn, you know, the energy right now is right now in the present moment, but it doesn't mean that that's what it's going to be tomorrow or next week. And that's why tuning in, like what's really happening here, tuning in and checking and not thinking that you're just going to be able to ditto it from the next day. And I know, y'all, I know that we so want that. We'd like to count on that it's just going to be, you know, copied from the next day. But it's just not, that's not life. That's not this journey here. So, with this also remembering you are not alone on this journey, community and support can really be helpful. And also seeing practitioners that, you know, that you resonate with, that can support you. So if you are feeling overwhelmed by these shifts, consider reaching out to a supportive friend, joining a community, consulting a professional who resonates with your journey. Sharing experiences can offer valuable insights and reassurance. So with that though, we are going to do some affirmation with this and some visualization. So let's take a nice deep breath right now. Close your eyes, lower your gaze, take a nice deep breath. Take another deep breath. And because I brought in the other breath work, we'll just practice that for a little bit. So breathe in, and when I'm going to count 4, so take a nice deep breath in, and I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. I'll count to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time. Breathe in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And take a nice deep breath now. Allow your breath to then go back to natural rhythm and continue having your eyes closed or lower your gaze. And now I want you to envision, actually, let's turn on Reiki. I'm going to ask that Reiki comes in. If you wish to receive Reiki, let yourself receive Reiki for the highest good. Just say, yes, I'd like to receive Reiki for my highest good. And then just asking Reiki to clear any negative energies, frequencies, vibrations, patterns, programs, clear any blocks to transformation and anything else that may have come up as someone has been listening to this, if it's beneficial for them, allowing to clear, cleanse, release, rejuvenate, reharmonize, revitalize, rebalance all the chakras, meridians, nadis, bodies, allowing also the wisdom to be downloaded and anything else they need for their highest good. Reground, realign, shift from 3D, 5D or higher. If it can, it's beneficial for the highest good. Thank you. All right. So now take a moment to envision your future self, a version of you who has embraced transformation with grace, clarity, and confidence. So envision your future self, a version of you who's embraced transformation with grace, clarity, and confidence. And then ask that future self for any other wisdom that could be supportive of you in this present moment. And then with that, see yourself relaxed, renewed, and moving forward with purpose, with every released challenge that has been released, that has made space for your dreams to take root. So you see yourself, see your future self, relaxed, renewed, moving forward with purpose. Every challenge that you had or came up even when we were talking, that's been released and has made space for your dreams to take root. So notice that. And then silently affirm if this resonates with you. I am open to transformation. I am open to transformation. I trust the process of change and I embrace the endless possibilities that unfold with each new moment. I am open to transformation. I trust the process of change and I embrace the endless possibilities that unfold with each new moment. And then here are some intentions for embracing the wave, embracing the transformation wave. Repeat after me if they resonate with you for your highest good. I intend to remain open to deep and powerful shifts, trusting that transformation will bring growth and alignment. I intend to remain open to deep and powerful shifts, trusting that transformation will bring growth and alignment. I choose to observe my emotions with curiosity and compassion, recognizing that recognizing that every response, hold on one sec, everyone. Um, I choose to observe my emotions with curiosity and compassion, recognizing that every response is a valuable guide. I choose to observe my emotions with curiosity and compassion, recognizing that every response is a valuable guide. I commit to taking mindful, intentional actions that honor my current capacity while inviting beneficial change. I commit to taking mindful, intentional actions that honor my current capacity while inviting beneficial change. I honor the process of transformation, understanding that every step, even a pause or a pivot, is a vital part of my journey. I honor the process of transformation, understanding that every step, even a pause or pivot, is a vital part of my journey. So take a nice deep breath here now. These intentions can be repeated as needed, letting them remind you that transformation is a natural unfolding process, allowing them to serve as gentle reminders that transformation is this natural unfolding process, my friends. So take another deep breath. All right. You can bring your eyes open if they were closed. And we're almost finished with the talk. I just want to connect the energy theme to astrological influence. Because oftentimes we'll get information and the universe is also guiding us, whether we want to believe it or not, with the sun, the moon, the planets, the stars, trying to support us, trying to help us along the way. So, as we explored theme one, embracing the wave, are you open to transformation? The astrological influences of February 2025 also align with the energy, offering both momentum and deeper inner reflection. So for me, I'm somebody who goes to meditation and I will ask, like, what is the current energetic theme? What's happening? What are the themes? And oftentimes I will get signs like weeks before, sometimes months before, of like what's coming. And then after the energy forecast is put together, and I've like, sat with it and meditate with it later on, sometimes it will be like, like a week or so later on, I will then look at the astrology and I'm always in awe of the connections. And so that's how I'm called to work with it. So let's explore then the cosmic movements directly supporting this theme. February 1st, there was Venus conjunct Neptune in Pisces, which is a dreamy, beneficial portal of creativity and intuition. This month started with a deeply spiritual, intuitive influence, offering opening into higher vision. So this energy is inviting to trust in transformation, even if it feels uncertain. If resistance or fear arises, this aspect encourages you to soften, listen inwardly, and embrace creativity as a tool for processing change. So with that, paying attention to dreams, synchronicity, intuitive nudges, they may be guiding you toward your next steps. All right, February 4th, my friends, Jupiter stations direct in Gemini, expanding perspectives and unlocking momentum. After a 4-month retrograde, Jupiter shifts its forward, provides a clear gateway for embracing transformation. This is a turning point where stagnant energies begin to move, allowing for breakthroughs in communication, learning, and personal expansion. So if you felt stuck or uncertain about the next steps, this transit encourages adaptability and renewed optimism. It's a reminder that embracing transformation isn't about control. It's about allowing space for new perspective and opportunities to unfold. Also on February 4th was Venus entering Aries, igniting passion and courage. And then February 9th, the Sun conjunct Mercury in Aquarius, a surge of clarity, innovation. Aquarius energy brings a wave of clarity, innovative insight, encouraging you to reimagine what transformation means for you. This alignment enhances your ability to discern new possibilities and think beyond limitations. So then, February 12th, Leo full moon, transformation, healing, and authentic expression. The full moon that's coming up this week, full moon on Wednesday, on February 12th, illuminates what needs to be released. And this one is deeply influenced by Chiron, the wounded healer, shining a light on healing old wounds and stepping into self empowerment. This aligns perfectly with the theme of embracing transformation, as it offers opportunity to shed limiting beliefs, past identities, and any lingering fears around stepping into highest self. Then on February 18th, Pisces season begins, a time for reflection and spiritual alignment. As the sun moves into Pisces, the energy shifts towards spiritual integration. If transformation has felt overwhelming, this season invites you to surrender to the flow rather than resist it. So it's inviting you to surrender to the flow rather than resist it. Pisces energy teaches us that deep shifts don't always require force. Sometimes the most powerful transformation occurs when we allow ourselves to be guided by intuition, grace, and inner wisdom. Then on February 22nd through the 24th, there is the Fomalhaut Gateway. I hope I said that right. Activating higher wisdom and transformation. This is a powerful period for recognizing your role in the greater cosmic shift. If you have been questioning your path, this alignment really supports deeper inner knowing, reminding you that transformation is not just personal, my friends, that it is part of also the collective awakening. It's individual and the collective awakening. Then on February 23rd, Mars stations direct in Cancer, which is bringing in renewed energy and emotional clarity. Mars moving forward in Cancer offers emotional clarity and a rekindled sense of purpose. So if transformation has felt emotionally draining or uncertain, this is the moment when things start to make sense. Like, aha, that's what's going on. Okay. You might find that the inner conflicts begin to resolve and your path forward becomes clearer. And then February 27th is the Pisces new moon, and it's a portal of sensitivity and spiritual renewal. Pisces new moon offers a moment of reset, a time to set new intentions for your evolving path. As we close out the month, this lunation invites us to plant seeds for the next phase of transformation, integrating the lessons of the past while stepping forward with trust and openness. So that is how the energy theme connects to the astrological influence. Okay, so with that, then the energy theme connection overall, the astrological influence of February 2025 mirrors the process of transformation, moving between inspiration, deep reflection, courage, and surrender. Each planetary shift offers energetic support for navigating change, whether that be through releasing old patterns, stepping into new clarity, or deepening intuitive trust. So, with that, then you'll have momentum and expansion. With Jupiter and Mars both moving direct, we're given the cosmic green light to embrace transformation in a tangible way. So, if things have felt slow or uncertain, these shifts provide an opportunity to take empowered steps forward. Healing and then releasing old patterns is another then theme within this. Leo full moon, deeply influenced by Chiron, aligns with our need to let go of past wounds, embrace healing, move forward unburdened. And then one of the other themes within is spiritual alignment and trust. With Pisces season, Neptune's influence in the gateway, the Fomalhaut gateway, we're reminded that transformation is not just an external process, it is an inner realignment with our soul's path. And then another theme within this is boldness and courage. Venus in Aries and Mercury's alignment in Aquarius invites us to embrace change with confidence, express ourselves authentically, and trust that the unfolding path is leading us exactly where we are meant to go, my friends. So, with that, my friends, this month serves as a bridge connecting where we have been and where we are headed. It encourages us to release hesitation, trust in divine timing, and embrace the expansion that calls us forward. So, as you take time to reflect on this theme, embracing the wave, how will you meet transformation? With curiosity or resistance? With fear or trust? The cosmic currents are aligning to support your growth. So let February's energy guide you with greater clarity, expansion, authenticity. The light is returning. Are you ready to rise with it? And also, if you are in my all access Patreon group, we did do a dowsing based on the energies of the month. So that could also really support you this month too. So go check it out if you are in that level. All right, so we are going to finish up now, my friends. So we're just going to take another moment, close your eyes, lower your gaze, take another deep breath right here, a final slow deep breath. I'm open to transformation. I trust in the process of change. I embrace endless possibilities that unfold with each new moment. Another deep breath. I'm open to transformation. I trust in the process of change, and I embrace the endless possibilities that unfold with each new moment. And one last deep breath. All right, my friends, you can open your eyes if they were closed. So, my friends, carry these insights with you as you move more so into 2025. Your willingness to embrace transformation with curiosity, trust, and mindful awareness will support you and shape your experience with greater ease, empowerment, and flow. Reflect on the layers of transformation we explored in November of 2024, and then also, November, December, January, and going into February. Recognize the progress that you've made. Trust that every shift, every pause, and every adjustment is a vital part of your journey toward a life aligned with your highest truth. So before we go, let's just break the links. And so with that, you can say after me if this resonates with you. I asked to break the links with this talk. I asked to break the links to the meditation. I asked to break the Reiki links, leaving only harmony and balance at either ends, allowing the light to fill in the spaces for the highest good and gratitude. And so it is, my friends. And so it is. So thank you for sharing this moment of presence with me. May your journey through the new year continue to be filled with alignment, growth, boundless possibilities, peace, joy, harmony. Much, much love, my friends. Until soon. And remember, stay inspired, my friends.